Hello everyone. So in this case, we are going to see how we can work with additional functions as well as how we are going to handle unexpected values. So we'll be working on the vector which we have already created, and if we have not created it, we can create again. So we'll start with apples equals to C, and we can put the weight of the apple like 1.2, 1.4, 2.4, and 3.4. So this is what a simple vector which we have created, and we'll perform few of the operations like we'll perform the mean on this vector. So we'll have mean apple is a variable which we are creating, and we are going to store this mean value of this vector. So we'll be using mean function in this way. So you can see the mean value is 2.4 and it is stored in the variable section on the right hand side. Similarly, if you want to get the length, so we have the length function, and inside this length operation we have to put the vector name, and you can see it is showing us the value of the length function is 4. That means there are 4 elements in this vector. Similarly, we can also provide another function that is known as median. Inside the median, you will put the vector name, and you see the median value is 1.4. If you want to store this value under a different variable, you can similarly you can perform the same operations as we have done in terms of mean. And we can also perform the standard deviation operation in vectors. This way, it will give you standard deviation values over here. This is our standard deviation values over here in this case. And similarly, if you want to calculate your, you want to perform the sorting operations in this case. So let us just try to see how we can perform the sorting of element. We'll create a variable name as reverse apple equals to, we'll use the sort function over here, and inside this we'll use apple is my vector. I want to sort this apple based on decreasing order. So as you can see, I got a pop-up also saying like this is a syntax. I'll use decreasing equals to true. So that means my elements will be, again, my elements are saved under a different variable, that is reverse apple variable. And in this case, you can see the elements for the first element I'm getting is 3.4, but in my apple variable, apple vector variable, I'm having the values 1.2, 1.4, 2.4, and 3.4. But the same elements are again saved into reverse apple vector with the values are reverse, as you can see by this way. Similarly, if you want to perform some operations like you want to have like, let us create a new vector and we'll perform few more operations over here. So let us create a new apple vector over here, and let us just try to put the values like we'll put 1.2, 1.4, 2.4, uh, 3.4, and knowingly we'll put one value as NA. So knowingly we are doing this, we are putting one value as NA. We'll run this, and now you can see our vector is created on this right hand side with the name as new apple. The elements are this, and NA is also considered as an element because we have created that. Now what we'll do is, if we are creating a sum of this, for now we'll create the sum of this apple, new apple vector. Our value, our sum will be NA, because anything which is added to NA will remain NA actually. So how we are going to handle this kind of situations where the element are NA actually? So in this case, we'll have this sum function, and inside this we'll have this new apple variable which we have created, and we'll define here that NA dot rm equals to true. That means my NA value will be removed, and I should get the value. As you can see, I'm getting the value 8.4 over here. Similarly, if you want to see how this sum function works, so we'll use help, and inside this we'll write bracket. So you can see on the right hand side, we'll get all the syntax, all the options, what it can be used. It is in detailed explanation. It is provided by R only. So this is very helpful if you want to get any information related to any of the functions, just type NA and in the bracket you can type the function which you want to have it. Similarly, if you want to create another variable, vector variable with the name as new apple only, and in this case what we'll do is we'll put the values as vector values as 1.2, then 1.4, 2.4, 3.4, and this time we'll have NaN. Here we are also having NaN, that is not a number variable. So let us see, our vector is created on the right hand side, and in order to handle this kind of situations in summing or performing any other operations, we'll use new, again apple, again na dot, we'll use the function na dot rm equals to true. So the same function will do and we'll get the variable value output as 8.4. Whether it is NA or whether it is NaN, you can say you'll use the same syntax. Similarly, you will see when you are having the value, let us define a new variable, vector variable new apple. And in this case, we'll define the value, same value, 1.2, 1.4, 2.4, 3.4, and the last value I'll be putting something like 1 divided by 0, that is some values, and again anything divided by 0 is it will have an error actually, and my new apple is created, right? As you can see, we have 1 divided by 0, that is infinity. Infinite is a value which is added to this new apple variable. Okay, so this is very simple actually. If we have something as a new variable, let us see how it is going to work and how we are going to provide this solution to it. So when you're again adding this value, so sum, and we'll be putting as a new apple, and we know that the new apple value will also have something like 1 divided by 0 also. So let us try to see like if this works or not. So na dot rm equals to true. So as you can see, this is again, it is giving us the same value, that is we are getting infinite value over here in this case. So even our value is infinite, you can say we are getting the output as infinite only. So this is very important. We'll see in coming sessions how we can handle this kind of operations and how we can exclude any kind of errors actually in future. So that's all for today's session. Thank you everyone.